And we're live. Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing okay, whether you're watching us live now or whether you'll be watching this video in the future. Today is not Wednesday, so it's not one of our Wonder Wednesdays usual events. It's Tuesday, but nevertheless, we'll still have an amazing guest speaker for you because of personal circumstances. No Code Summit happening in Paris tomorrow. We had to anticipate our event to today instead of tomorrow. So today's guest speaker is going to be Bravo Studio, which is, I don't know if you know Bravo, but it's a no-code app builder. And, I'm very passionate about no-code. I'm an advocate for this kind of technology because I truly believe that it's going to empower so many people. It's already empowering a great amount of people now. And the more we learn about it, the more we study it, the more people will be empowered in the future. I can see no-code becoming a huge thing in, not even the next 2-3 years. If you think only 99.7 of the world population today knows how to code, no code is so powerful that it's it's the other way around. So 99.7 of the world population today doesn't know how to code. So that's where no code come into play because, it's finally going to be able to empower the great amount of people everywhere in the world. Bravo Studio, which is the no-code app builder that we'll be exploring today, is based in Spain, which is super exciting because once again, it shows you how this technology is kind of spreading all over the world, not only just in the US, which is where I've known it from originally, but it's actually spreading all over Europe. It's got a great following in France, for example. Spain, Italy is developing some no-code apps as well. So I'm very excited to see all these people getting used to no code. Floxies community is our women community, and we usually treat topics regarding design, so UX UI design or Webflow development. But today we're gonna tackle into Bravo Studio as well, because one of the features that really interested me about Bravo was the aspect that you can transform a design from Figma or Adobe XD, whichever design tool that you might be using, into a working app using no code. So I'm really excited to see that happening. And without further ado, let's go and explore it. So we usually meet into our Gather Town space, which is right here. It's our sort of metaverse where I built our headquarters at Floxies community. And I'm gonna go and join the girls around the table. So let's go. We have 13 people attending so far, and here we are.
So now it's hello.
Hi again. Hi everyone.
Hi.
We're live on YouTube as well. So Marta, welcome to our community. Did you get acquainted to the space? Were they nice to you? I'm sure they were.
Yes, they were super nice.
So yeah, we usually meet here every Wednesday, but because tomorrow there's a no code summit in Paris, won't be here, so we had to change the date to today. So thank you so much for your flexibility as well, and for everyone here attending this event today. Thank you, Hilary. I know you had an event just before we started ours as well, and you have another one coming. So today is fully booked for you. So thank you all for your flexibility for being here. So Marta, I was just giving a quick, introduction on no code on, YouTube, because we at Floxies, we usually focus on UX UI design and Webflow. But I was really intrigued to learn about Bravo because one of the features that really got me interested was the fact that you can transform a design from Figma or Adobe XD, for example, directly into a fully working app using no code. So that was one of the things that really I thought could really connect well with our community. And then the fact that it's no code, and I'm a big advocate for no code as a technology because it's about time that everyone can finally create and realize their ideas without necessarily knowing how to code, which is a great thing. But maybe if you don't want to spend years of your life, maybe you're an adult already, and something stopping you could be like, oh, I haven't got time now to study React, or it's scary. I know that for me it was really scary. So no code is kind of the cure to all of that. So now when people have an idea, they can actually find a no code tool that could realize their dreams. So I'm very happy to have you here with us today, and I can't wait to see your presentation. What we usually do, as you can see, people are here with their mics muted because we're going to have your walkthrough through the tool. And then at the end of your presentation, there's going to be a little bit of time left for Q&A with our community members.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that, well, first of all, thank you for me to having here, to be here and have the opportunity to present our product. Basically, like you mentioned so far, so the no-code space is right now is like obviously empowering other type of people that is not just developers. And like myself, I came from a background that I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. And that's why I have been like in the digital space for quite a long time right now, working in apps and webs. So obviously, like again, you mentioned Webflow is the first or one of the more powerful like no-code tools right now on the market that you can do awesome things. And I'm also like a Webflow lover, even though I'm doing another product like that. But this is why it's like it's not the same for us, and it's perfect. That's why I think that it's something that we need to empower people that doesn't have these skills. So that is the first mindset on building this product right now. So yeah, I could start just like briefing a bit about what's more or less Bravo. So I'm gonna start like sharing a screen. Let's see if you see, guys. Can you see it?
Perfect. Yes, we usually struggle with the screen share. Like some of our guests usually have to like adjust the settings and everything, but we can see it fine. So well done. 10 points to you already.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, well, basically, like you mentioned already, so we are like a no-code tool. So that what we are doing is like allowing people to have like from the Figma file and Adobe XD to import in our platform, and we generate what is the native mobile application in Android and in iOS. So in both platforms differently, and like I mentioned, it's native, it's not using React or hybrid, so the experience obviously is much better for me. And this is why it's like the conclusion that we are doing right now. So you have, well, this is the website, you can check it out. Feel free to understand more about what is Bravo in a small detail. So let me show you briefly how it works. Okay, so here I have, a Figma file. Okay, I suppose that you guys are familiar with Figma. So yeah, I took the time to put a bit some branding for the Floxy community. So
I was gonna say that looks like a beautiful design.
Exactly, just to have some colors and some ideas from your community. And this is why. So I took the time to create a mobile application with the icon, a splash screen, loading screens, some specific sample. Okay, the main idea is that this is why the designer can work on the favorite tool. Now I'm showing Figma, but you can do it in Adobe XD in case that you are more like Adobe XD, and you start like working, changing colors, doing the boxes that the design that you need. And then like you could see that I had to be connecting the pages. So you have to do a prototype anyway. So the link all the pages, where it goes, where and how everything. And the way that Bravo works is we need to add like some specific tags. Okay, we came up with kind of a coding, we can say it. It's like a language thing that we call it Bravo tags. Okay, for example, here, what I'm showing you, and on the name of Figma, you could see that there is like a specific tag. Okay, I don't know if you can see it right away. Let me, if you want, I could zoom in. Oh, Figma is not zooming. Anyway, so there is like here a component, video, or everything. So here you cannot see the video, but when I show it you on the app, you will see that this is playing a specific video because we can render and modify elements from the design Figma based on some behaviors. So we can do input components, we can do GIF, some specific animations. This is white loggings, more like a stripe connection. So more like a specific things by adding these tags. So we have the ruling, the rules are by this naming or this tagging thing. So once we have the design ready, that this is kind of obviously the time that you spend more, like having the design prepared, that is bravorize, we call it, that you bravorize with all this tagging. And then once you are ready, you copy the URL of Figma and you go into Bravo, okay? This is Bravo. And it's when you are like, okay, I'm ready to import my file. Then you need to create an app. Then you create an app. And here is when you import the file. That this is the link that I already connect. And now I'm importing. What is happening right now, like I say, we have these naming tags and all the things. So now we are converting this file, voila, into a native app. Right now it is already a native app. Okay, so we have in Android and iOS. So let me share with you because I have here my phone. Sorry, this is my baby.
So cute.
Yes. And you could see now, let me refresh. Okay, this is the app. I have it in my account and this is my phone when you are seeing, and I could enter. And now you will see what I'm saying. Okay, this is the intro page. You have it. Okay, let's start with the event. And now here you have the video that I was telling you. You see that now it's moving because we already converted into a native video in that sense. So it's a component from a mobile. And now, so you could see that you can scroll. You see the menu that you have different states that I didn't do the states. Obviously, you can do it in Figma as well. You have here a list of speakers that now I'm going to connect it to an API to start filling all the content. Now I'm going to show you as a second step. But here as well, for example, join us. So obviously we have this.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's an app that you created.
Exactly. Right now, just for you to show on the event. So it's something like with different tags. So in this case, let me show you this Figma here. You see that obviously you can have this box, and in Figma you don't see anything, but here I'm adding the component web view and I'm injecting the website inside this box. So that's how it works. So that's why right now you are seeing a real app that I just imported and we generated in Bravo. Okay, so now as a second step, I wanted to show you the Airtable situation. How you connect and you can inject like external data into the app to make it more, feeding with the information and everything. So here I have an example of an Airtable that is with some specific content, like a list of speakers, so maybe a schedule or videos or anything. I mean, this is from a demo. This is not your content. Sorry, I didn't have that time. Some videos are, but this is why. So let's see it. So now in Bravo, let's go back to Bravo. So we have a but we have a section here about the connecting the APIs. So I'm going to start adding a collection. Okay, so here there are like several actions that you can do, like Postman, like Swaggers, and Shano. But let's focus on Airtable right now. So I'm going to select the Airtable steps. So the only thing that I'm going to do is to bring all the information from Airtable to Bravo, so then we can connect it to the design. So right now it's asking about the URL. So here I have to go to share, publish, and it's copying this link. Suppose I copied, yes. Here. And then the next step is the APK, so that you need to connect it to have the link information. So I'm coming to the account. Please don't look that this is super secret. Yes. I thought that was connected
Stop
already.
sharing if it's important because it's on YouTube.
No, don't worry. It
No, it
was a
was
joke.
just a
So
joke.
it's like a,
I did
yeah,
not get the joke.
it's
My bad. Sorry.
no worry. It's just a dummy account. That's why. So let's
But
copy
this
it.
is mind-blowing so far. I'm so impressed.
Okay.
And Diego in YouTube is
So
saying
thank you.
Bravo is amazing. I agree, Diego Iglesias. Hi Stephanie, she's watching us from
Yes.
the YouTube.
Cool. So now I'm connecting. So this is why what I'm thinking, what we are doing is right now is like importing all the requests from their table. So right now the database is ready to use. So now I have the list of the speakers, the detail page, some things that I can start like connecting to the app. So now let's go to the app and I come here. So what I wanted to show is, okay, let's do this list of the speakers. Let's try to populate with this type of content. So I'm gonna come here, and now is what we call it the binding section. So it's where we are connecting the Figma file to the API. And now obviously, so this is the list of the speakers. And what we need to be doing is connecting, okay, the design event, and I want the list of the speakers, and this will be a record because will be like more than one. And then let's connect the image. Sorry. Search it here. Oops, okay. Where is the photo? Here, sorry, the URL. And you can see that it's already like changing on my phone. So in real time, it's already changing what I'm doing right now on the app.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why it's like updating. So this was the name. And here you can see it's triggering.
That's
because
really
you can
cool. So
all
you
the
don't
time.
have to publish it every time.
No. And that's why you can see it in our app that is kind of like a wrapper that we can preview this mobile application. And then let me show you what I have done. So I go to the list of the speakers. You can see that now it's already populated with the images, with the name, and everything that I'm connecting. So that's why it was rendering. So the good part of that one is obviously like you can go to publication right now. You pass all the the steps that the stores of Apple and iOS you need to be like having. That is like very long period could be and tough situation. And once it's done, you can keep updating and building your app. And that is why it's like a cool thing that you don't need to be waiting for another review or another thing. So you could connect in real time, the same time that you can have versioning. So you can, have your versions connected and everything. But this is the cool thing that you don't have to be doing all these changes like next time and wait for the publication process. So the same way will be for example, the detail page is exactly the same. So in this case, it's just description. For example, I will select the event again. Here I will go to the detail page and now description, the role. So doing all this, like in all the steps that you want and all the content that you want to connect.
So you're
And that's why.
mapping the field. You're mapping the fields with the table, right?
Yes, exactly. With the design, with the Figma design.
Mm-hmm.
That's why right now here, what you have seen on the Figma, okay, is just one specific detail page,
Mm-hmm.
just that is linked to this box that then I populated and I generated this big list. And right now, then what I have done now as a second step is we have the list of speakers, but when you enter, it should be different. So I didn't map the image probably, but you have seen Ethan. And now let's go to Margaret. And it's Margaret, because then every time you will have like a different detail page.
That's fantastic. That's great.
I suppose this was clear.
I can
for
basically buy
everyone.
this app when we finish the event. We'll just have a chat, me and you, in private. I'll just buy
Good.
this for
That
Floxies.
that was the spirit. Yeah, so and then obviously once you are ready and everything with the app, you just need to, well, you also like, there are like several features that we can do, like I mentioned. So you can add logins, authentication, push notifications connected to one signal, payments with Stripe, deep links, multi-language. Right now we are launching the in-app purchases, chats, and more things to do more like complex cases. And just one quick thing that I wanted to show you as well, like obviously the push notifications, you can trigger like a demo. So hello, and as a message, Marta is talking about Bravo today. And I can send it, I can just test it, and you probably, is sent. Oh, it failed. What happened?
I love a troubleshooting.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, ideally, you should receive it right away. Maybe probably none. And okay, well, you can send push notification probably now. Maybe my internet or whatever didn't work, but obviously that's why that the communication, and you can be like sending push notifications to the team. And once you're ready, you go to the publish, you get the APK or the published version that you need some settings for, to store and get these bundles. And when you are ready, you get the packages for you to go to the store in order to publish the app. And that's it, pretty much.
You just blew our minds, and then after, like, I don't know, you were just, and that's it. And now we know, like, we got so much to do, and like this is opening up so many doors in my head.
Yeah, I mean, that's why for me, one of the things that as a designer and working in this product is like that you can do so many things right now, trying to sell ads that you couldn't do it, the ideas that you had before. The benefits could be also like to go and MVP something. So for example, this app that you mentioned, you can do it, but also you can research with this as an MVP, you share it with a specific group. So you can go and say, okay, can you test it more for a while? And then, okay, what about this UI? So you can change it right away and start learning instead of spending too much time or money, but the real money that costs to build a mobile application.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why like the no-code tools has this benefit, that you can connect and you can go fast to market and learn as fast as possible. And this is the main philosophy here, I think.
Yeah, you can iterate. Like, you don't have to, as you're saying, spend a lot of money on developers and the whole team. You can just like create your idea and then just like edit and iterate as it goes, which is fantastic. Yeah, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Feel free to like stop sharing your screen so we can open up the questions to the people here around the table. I'm sure there's gonna be some, but
Okay.
before, so if anyone here's got any questions, please use the emojis at the bottom, put your hand up, and we'll go around the table. And before we start that, can you tell me a little bit about the story? Like, you mentioned you were a designer and then Bravo came along. So were you involved in developing the idea of Bravo, or did you just apply for a job there? How did it work? How did it happen?
Yeah. No, I'm part of the starting team, so we came up with the idea. So obviously I have been pushing a lot to kind of thinking about myself when I was a freelance designer. So I used to be like a freelance working in a lot of projects that, like as a designer, you have your process, the maybe 1 week, 2 weeks or something to deliver the project. And then the developers, they have 4 months or 5 months, or, I don't know how much the amount of, depending on the type of app that you want to do. So, but for you are like, as a designer, you have like just a specific time of, of the service that you are giving to get this money a lot. And that's why I'll say, okay, what happened if I could, work in a project as well, like that you can handle that, and you can even like empower yourself and maintain clients, do more things, and and that's what I'm pushing for that, and how Bravo came up, just as idea to help designers or anyone that needs an app to be built. It could be businesses that they need something. For example, during the pandemic time, a lot of people was just converting to have different services. We had like one bakery store that we helped to get like people to sell a bread through the app or something like that. So we had different cases like this to help to digitalize their services in that sense. And that is what I like it to be doing. It's helping something that I couldn't do it when I was a freelance and everything. But right now there is the option. That's what I really believe, that more than one designer or other people like marketings or people that doesn't code could benefit for that. Or the other thing is like also you can partner with developers to build your API or your backend, your logic, and you just need to be connecting the design, and that's it. So you don't have to be spending time developing 2 code, 3 code. It's just a matter of building these digital teams that I always think about.
That's fantastic. And, it's just helping, the possibility of helping people. And, now I remember the exact numbers, because at the beginning of, this live today, I was getting mixed up with the numbers, because I always research no code and like how many people, is it actually a technology that is helping people? Because I'm very much studying and researching, no code, AI, is that going to kill us all, or is that going to help? So no code, actually only 0.3% of the world population knows how to code. So no code is going to empower the remaining, Hilary, correct me if I'm wrong, 99.7%. Yes, I got the maths right. But yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic. And, your example with helping the bakery selling bread was just, one of the things that really encourages me to be here every week, like with this community and helping these amazing girls here, and just like being in technology in general, trying to help people and actually doing it, because sometimes you really want to have an impact in what you're doing on your day-to-day job. And sometimes you just think about all the great things you could do, but it's hard to see it in practice. And for you to be able to even help one person is so powerful, and it just changes your whole point of existence, to me, my own personal view.
I agree. That's why. Yeah.
Getting philosophical. But before, okay, let me have a look around the table. I don't see any hands up yet, so I'm just going to keep going. Oh, Lauren's got a hand up. Lauren, you can go.
Firstly, I just would like to say it's amazing because you can not waste your time with a tiny function or option or something like that. So it's it's really easily, and it's look very nice. I think I will try it soon. Yeah, but I have a quick question, because when you make a change, is automatically update, but can you use can you create an app without internet, or you need internet to do it? Can you do it offline?
Yeah, right now you cannot, because the way that this is why it works, we need to call always the APIs or anything that this is the logic, and you need to render, like the app UI. Obviously, maybe there are like something that you can cache some information, but usually like then later you need to refresh and check it out again. It's like more or less how Instagram or this kind of apps works. But I know that there are like cases that you can use offline, but right now we cannot do that at the moment.
Okay,
but
it's just a quick question.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's why also like we have like a public roadmap, so anyone that has like some specific feature, so they can ask about this feature. So then we are like trying to, when there is more votes, we try to consider it to be doing, because that's why for us it's more like to bring the value to the users as much as they want, than to be building features that we don't know if they are going to impact the users and the company, of course. And that is the the way we are always trying to build this product.
Nice. So it's very community apps.
We try to, this is why I listen a lot to the users and the community that we have, just to be like building what they expect as well to have it. But obviously everyone has different opinions, and this is always difficult when building a product. You know, everyone wants everything and it's like, yeah, I know. But well, I wish I could do it.
Little by
Yeah,
little.
it seems perfect. Almost perfect. Thanks you.
Yeah, little by little. I think it's a great start already.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your question, Loren. Silvina, you got a question?
Hello, and yeah, I mean, this is amazing. You know, I've never seen anything like this. I work with, been working for many years with, you know, development teams and all of that. So I feel all of these struggles that you've just mentioned as well. I can relate very well to that. So you've mentioned the integration, for example, with Airtable. Is this, so can I integrate with any other tool, or is it just with this set of tools that you've got at the moment? Let's say if I would want to use like to load like a spreadsheet worth of information into there, would that work as well?
Yeah, the way that we work is that you can connect any REST API or GraphQL API. That's why any system that works via APIs, you can connect it. So for example, we had some users that you can connect Excel, that you can also like authenticate. And that's why we have the authentication of the OAuth to be connecting into that. That is the one that is using the Excel. Or there are like other tools that are trying to do the APIs from Google, like Shitty. Yeah, I know that this is not a good name maybe, but there are like these kind of tools that you could connect the sheets and convert it into an API. And that's why we can connect anything. Right now we are always like connecting the Airtable, obviously, because it's kind of the most user-friendly for people to do. But we have like also like very robust backends that you can connect with this. Like this is why like Shano backendless, or even like some of our competitors like Bubble or Webflow. I mean, we have several apps that you can connect Webflow. Whatever you have in Webflow, they have an API, and you can transform the CMS or everything into an app. So that's why it's not just that you can have like a website idea. It's also like transforming this website into a native app that could go into App Store and Google Play. Yeah.
Great, thank you. That's so interesting. I've never really heard about any of this, even no code. I mean, it's you know, only recently through Hillary I've came across this. It's really, I don't know. But I'll definitely discuss this actually with my work colleagues and see what their their views are on this. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much. Really great.
Cool.
Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome to the future, Silvina. Thank you for your question. Gabriella, you're up.
Okay, thank you. Well, okay, I'll just start off by saying I'm a programmer, and I just texted like my colleague and told him, why do we even bother programming anymore? I don't know. Basically, what I wanted to ask, since you also have the prototype made in Figma when you import, do you also import the animations that you make in Figma, right?
Well, no, this is specific thing. Not well, basically because what we are like doing is obviously connecting to the API of Figma, you know, to allow us to be connecting. And this is something that they are not sharing in the API, so we cannot do it. Yes.
So do you have a way to like code the animations manually?
Yes. So we have a specific tags also for the animation. So how to do like some specific reveal animation and something specific, but obviously to do something super custom right now we don't have it. It's something that we always wanted to do it, to have more flexibility, because this is for me this is why the nice thing of that product, not to have the niche thing like the smooth animation or something. That's why we are doing native animations, because the experience is not the same as the React or other things. And But right now we just like have a set of animations that we provide, like sliders and things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
And in terms of, I don't see any more hands apart from Silvina, but I think that's from before. No worries. And in terms of pricing, let's touch that button. Tell me about the pricing. What can you do with the free? Yeah, what can you do with the free? For example, let's say after this conversation today, we want to go and give Bravo a try. What can we achieve with the free plan?
Yeah, with the free plan, I mean, I think that we are giving like a lot. I mean, you can do a lot of things. Right now, obviously, well, we have like apps that will be with our branding, some of the things, you know, the icon and some of the parts of the branding, just to obviously promote ourselves as well. And probably some limitations that you cannot do like some more complex features like connecting to specific integration or something like that. That is how we do the pricing. And then we have the second price that is like Ole currently, that is like 19 euros per month as a SaaS. And then you can open like more things, like this is why, like I was saying, logging, authentications, Stripe connections, one signal that is for the notifications. I hope that it work, but no, yeah, like all the logic, and you can retarget the specific users. Well, more it's the one that is more open, and then obviously we had more like other type of business for more business plan depending on what you want. Also like giving more support, priority, and everything. But talking about that, for example, if you want to try right now, we have also like an offer coming until the end of the year. Like right now, we have live in our website. Just to talk about that.
Breaking news.
No, exactly. Great news. No, but just like feel free to test it and talk about. And obviously, like Silvina was saying, it's more like sometimes it's depending on the team if it's worth it, because you don't have time to develop that many apps for developers and everything. Probably companies is much easy to buy it than individual, but right now it's 19 euros per month, so I think that could be good enough for native apps. That's why you get the two apps.
That's great. That's great. And in terms of responsiveness, is it for mobile? Does it adapt to any mobile screen, or is there different breakout points? Or
yeah, well, the most complex one that we had always is Android, that has a lot of devices, but we try to make sure that it fits the same in all the type of devices. So that's why you don't have to take care of that. We take care of that. It needs to look the same. Obviously, that's why sometimes I'm using right now an iPhone, a mini iPhone, and probably in Android you could see it a bit slight different, maybe the design. But this is why our philosophy is that you are the same, since we are like a design first company. That is our focus, that the design needs to be, wherever you import. That is the main focus.
Sounds good. Great. Hilary, you got a question.
I just have like, that was amazing. My mind is blown. Like I don't even have a question. I'm just like, whoa, wow. I can't wait to try this. Like, thank you for making this so easy. And Aditi is gonna be trying it too, and like I can't wait for her to like jump on that, because it's just gonna be like
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah, right. I want to say thank you, and I've got to go prepare for my live that's happening in like a few minutes. So thank you so much. Yeah, Maria, if you're joining me, that'd be great, because I don't have my guest canceled. So, yeah, thank you so much. This is amazing, and I know that you were a little worried about, you stepped into this presentation today last minute, and I think you just did an incredible job. You built the Floxies app we've been dreaming of in 15 minutes. So thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Don't worry if you have to go, Hilary and Maria. Good luck on your event. I'll catch up later.
You. Bye, ladies.
Bye. Is Aditi here? So Aditi is one of our youngest developer. She's third. Well, I don't know if should I not say it? But she's the youngest we have. She's very, very young, and I'm really excited to see her trying the tool. All right, let's see who else. Does anyone
Yeah, I
else
mean,
here have any questions? Yeah, Marta, go on.
just to say, obviously, feel free to break it. That is what I want. That please break it as much as possible, and feedback as necessary. And like Gabriela was saying, it's not to replace developers in that sense. It's more like, obviously we are building that with developers, but obviously that's what I think that could be a good opportunity to join with a designer, like I mentioned, someone focusing on the logic, how to do the backend, and more like specific things, because we had a pretty complex cases that we have been doing in our platform. It's not just like list and that's it. There are more like logic that you can do with the backends, and then later connect to the API. So that is a good thing to join with developers. We want you as well.
That's fantastic. And, any way we can help, we have a community here of, over 1,000 women designers and Webflow developers. So feel free to join us and, just let's help each other out. I'm a true believer of collective growth in that sense.
Perfect. Yeah.
Carmia wants to try it out as well. She says, my bucket list item is to make an app. So thank you so much. Carmia, you want to say something about that?
Yes, no, but seriously, I've always wanted to make an app, and I can put my video on.
Sure.
Well, here. Just always thought like it's such a big mountain, So this is pretty exciting.
Yeah, feel free. If any of you need any help, please ping me anytime. So that's when
I stopped listening when you mentioned the price. So
good.
I was.
It's a good thing.
Okay. I mean, you could make money, sell some apps. So might be worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
It's very cool. It's really cool. I'm excited to look into it more.
I'm gonna share.
Cool.
I shared Marta's LinkedIn in the chat for you people if you want to. I took the liberty, Marta, to just share.
Yeah,
if people
of
want
course.
to connect. I'm also curious about the origin of the name Bravo. Does that does it have a story? Where does it come from?
Well, basically because Bravo is kind of for us the final result when you do something. What do you say?
Bravo.
Okay, looks good. I mean, that's why the outcome is what impress yourself, and you are like, okay, you could do it, and that is mainly the philosophy, and that's why we had this playful branding, more like or even retro on the beginning, that we were moving like, and that is the main thing. Just like when you do an app and you say, yeah, bravo, you can do it.
That's
the
really
spirit.
nice. That's really nice. Did you design the website as well, or?
The first one. Now I'm focused more in this is why product management. So this is why as a head of product I have to be doing other things as well. But in the beginning, yes, I defined the logo and everything. That was my part.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I might send you a message after to get some feedback on our design. See what you think.
Cool.
I did have another question. What was it? Oh yeah, how old is the company? Because I remember seeing Bravo. Could it be last year? Maybe for the first time, and then it kind of like just slipped my mind, and then I found it again, and I was like, oh yeah, Bravo! I need to talk to them, and here we are.
Yeah, right now it's already 3 years, more or less. But of course, on the beginning we were like developing it slowly. We had like a more smaller version, and right now, yes, it's already now the 3rd year.
That's fantastic. What's your biggest case study? Like, what's the thing you're the proudest of?
So yeah, right now one of the big client that we had was something to, because this is why, like I'm saying, it was like a pretty complex thing with logging and other things, and was like a more use case for investors connecting to real estate, some things in Dubai. Um, and that was like a good use case also for us, and the design was super good, was nice, and that's why when you see the options that you can do it with a no-code tool, you know, like saying, oh wow, this app is done with a no-code tool. It's not that it's this boxy stuff with templates and everything. No, you can do any design that you want, like the same as Webflow. You can impress anyone saying, yeah, this is Webflow, and I did it in X amount of time. And that's why I think that is impressive when we do these type of designs that are the ones that I like it the more. Or like a one festival with a film festival, that the design was super crazy with lines and everything, but we could do it, you know, because it's design first, and that is what I like it.
That's great. And I'm really happy that it's also happening in Spain, like in Europe, that it's something closer to where I am as well, because you know, I'm originally from Italy, and it's just great to see the no code movement kind of taking, you know, spreading in Europe as well. So that's great.
Yeah, we are close by. But right now here, everyone is in London or is in different locations?
No, we're from all over the world. Gabriella?
I'm in Italy as well.
Gabriella's in
Cool.
Italy. I'm in London. Silvina, you're in the UK as well?
Yeah, UK as well. I'm in York.
In York. Lorraine is in Cambridge. Mirella is in London. Sonia, Germany?
Yes, Germany.
Germany. Carmia in the US. And May? I'm not sure.
It's Mai, but I'm from the US
Oh,
too.
Mai, sorry. Mai from the US.
Okay.
And Aditi, where are you based? But we're from all over the world, basically. Is it Fergie? Oh, Aditi.
I'm from the US. Yeah, I live in the US. Yeah.
Aditi lives in the US.
mean-
Hi, Aditi.
Fergie, obviously, I know she is one of our ambassadors about Adobe XD.
Yes,
So
she
she-
mentioned. Really happy
Pretty
for you
cool.
to be here, Fergie.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I missed the beginning because one of my work calls was overrunning. But yeah, I was excited when you mentioned Brava coming along. I've been working with them for a while. If I can say one great thing, I'm a designer. I'm not a developer, and if I can make all the API stuff work and build apps, then all of you are far more capable than I am. So I think you'd all really love it. Honestly, it's really like addictive once you start to think about possible ideas and looking at the functionality. It's incredible. Yeah.
That's fantastic. You know, I might get to you as well to, you know, for some tips on how to make the Floxies app.
Yeah, definitely.
Or
And
I'll
if
just
anyone
buy
is-
I'll just buy the one that Marta made today.
If anybody wants any like demo design files, I have some XD files, happy to share. If you just want something like to springboard off of, yeah, let me know.
Fantastic. And I think Rachel, where are you based?
Hey, sorry, I don't have my video on because I just moved recently, but I'm from Canada.
Nice, awesome. I don't know, is it the Rachel that I know, or is it a new Rachel?
I'm new.
You're new, yes, you're a new
Yeah,
Rachel.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
is that the Rachel from Canada? No, different voice. All right. Well, as you can see, Marta, we're, you know, everywhere, all over the place. We have 13 Floxies ambassador representing our community in 13 different countries. And we hope to keep on growing and just like keep inspiring women. So thank you so much for being here as a great, you know, inspiration for all the women here. Being yourself a woman as well, like for creating Bravo and just like keeping strong and making sure that other people can achieve all they can with this, you know, with this app. It's just fantastic. So thank you for everything, for your journey, for this presentation, and for helping people.
Okay, thank you guys to invite me here. Yeah,
My pleasure. Feel free, you know, to just hang around and stay here as long as you want, or join our Discord. It's free. Yeah, awesome. On
Perfect.
that note, I'm just gonna close the stream on YouTube. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to all the people on YouTube. See you next week.